Good day, grade 2 learners. Welcome to today's life skill lesson, where we are going to be learning all about foods and how they give us energy. My name is Lauren Knezevich Henwood. This lesson is brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with Sci-Bono Discovery Centre and broadcast by Pakama Research and Development. Right, let's begin. Our lesson objectives for today, grade 2s. So by the time we are finished with this lesson, you will be able to do the following. You are going to be able to classify healthy and unhealthy foods. So that means you're going to be able to tell me which foods are good for you and which foods are bad for you. You are going to be able to recognize which types of food are good for your body, because your body needs good healthy food to grow and run around and play. You're also going to be able to explain the benefits of healthy eating. So you're going to be able to tell me how much better your body feels when you learn, when you're doing your schoolwork, when you're playing soccer or you're doing your dancing. You're going to be able to explain those benefits to me. So the pre-knowledge for today's lesson, in grade 1, your everyday knowledge, where you would have learned that our body needs food to grow. That's why you get hungry and you need to eat breakfast, lunch and dinner and a snack in between. You also know there's different types of food, so you have fruits and vegetables, and you also know that you have breads and pastas, and then there are the different types of meat. But we're going to look into that in more detail today. Food gives us energy. We all know that. Without food, like a car needs petrol in its tank, our bodies need fuel. And our fuel is food. So, we know that food gives us energy. But what kinds of energy? What do we need energy for? So there's the first one. We need energy to grow. We cannot grow from a little grade 2 and become an adult if we don't have food for energy. Because our body needs to burn that energy so our bones and our muscles and our skin and very importantly, our brains can grow, and also our personalities. Food also gives us energy so we can learn and go to school. But you don't only learn at school, also the lessons you learn on the sports fields, talking to people, helping around the house, that is all learning. Food gives us energy so we can play our sports, play games, run around with our friends, have a swim, climb trees. Those are all the things we need food for. Food keeps us warm. That is a very important one. Have you girls and boys noticed that in winter you need to eat extra food? Why? Because your body is using so much of the energy in it to keep you warm. That's why there's something called comfort food. When you want a nice big bowl of pasta or rice or potatoes or pap, whatever it may be. Did you know that food gives you energy to breathe? So the food that you eat, it goes into your body digests it, and that food is used to keep your lungs lifting up and down, breathing in and out. And this is a very important one. If we don't eat good food and enough food with the right vitamins, we can't stay healthy. Because that energy in food goes throughout the different parts of our bodies and it repairs whatever is not working well. Okay, let's move on. So we've seen that food gives us energy. We've seen the different uses that we need energy for in our daily lives. Now we're going to look at the different food groups. Okay, So I want you to all look at the food groups there and tell me how many different sections there are. So while you are all counting, I'm going to draw them in. So there's one. This is the second one. That's another one. And lastly, so there are 1, 2, wait, I missed one here. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different food groups. So the first one that we spoke about, and the first one I drew in and separated, is fruits and vegetables. So you can see how much, pretend this circle of food groups is a plate. So when you eat your meals every day, it's about, I would say, a third should be fresh stuff and fruits and vegetables. Dairy products make up a small part of what you should eat on a daily basis. Fats and oils, so that is everything that you boys and girls think is delicious. So there's chocolates and sweeties, but there's also good fats that you get from avos and oils in there. Then this section over here is our protein. So we get protein from meat, fish, nuts, eggs, and beans. Okay, so protein is one of the building blocks of our body, and it's very important for our energy, because when we have enough protein in our diet, we can grow. Okay, so protein is very, very important for children. Then we come to the next section, which is our grains and grain products. So that's where you get bread, pasta, macaroni, pap falls into that category, all the different types of rices and potatoes. Those are grains and grain products. Right, grains and grain products give us energy too. But what is important to remember with grains, when we eat a grain product, it spikes our blood sugar. So the sugar in your blood gets spiked and you get energy for a very short period of time, and then you get all tired again. So that's why you should always eat a little bit of protein with your bread or your pap or your macaroni. So make sure you ask your mom, if you're going to have a sandwich, ask for a little piece of ham or even a piece of cheese with the fat. That will make sure your tummy stays full for longer. Okay, I want to just emphasize how important this looks, and pretend this is your plate. Okay, so when you dish up your food at night, make sure most of your plate is fresh stuff. So your vegetables, it can be tomatoes, cucumber, brinjals, broccoli, kale, cabbage, whatever you enjoy eating. It must make up a big part of your diet so you can stay healthy. Dairy products, you can see it's a smaller piece of your plate, so you don't need much from the dairy products. But dairy products, why you need to have them in your diet is they have calcium and magnesium. Those are very, very good for growing bones and also for your teeth. The fats and oils, why you need a little bit of fat and oil is, did you know your brain is a very, very fatty organ, and the fat that you consume in your diet goes straight to your brain. So you must have a little bit of fat in your diet. I told you why protein is so important, and your grain products. I want to see if you can remember what I told you about grains. That's it. You must eat these things with a piece of protein, some protein, so you don't get all energized and then you're tired again. Okay, that's just a little trick for you. Right, so I have healthy and unhealthy food. So the healthy food, we give it a thumbs up, and the unhealthy food, we give it a thumbs down. Very important is your healthy food every day, every meal. I'm not saying don't have a treat. A treat is fine for you, but it can't be for breakfast, lunch, and supper, and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No. You can have a treat for one meal for one day. Okay? That's the only amount of junk food a growing child should be consuming or eating. Okay, so remember, thumbs up to good food, thumbs down to bad food. Right, so the thumbs up is our good choices and the thumbs down is our bad choices. I wonder which one you're going to choose for your next meal. Right, so how do we know if food is healthy or unhealthy? So here is a little table I made for you boys and girls. If you remember these things, this will help you to determine if it's healthy or unhealthy. So healthy stuff generally comes from the earth. Unhealthy food comes from a factory. Healthy food is natural. Unhealthy food is processed, which means a real natural product like an apple, some sort of processes happen to it, and now it's a processed good. It's not in its natural state. How else do we know if it's healthy? Plants, trees, and animals. That is normally healthy food to eat. And if it's got lots of containers and packaging, generally it won't be healthy things. Healthy food is nutritious, which means it's good for our body, and it's full of energy, vitamins, and minerals, this is what growing children need. Unhealthy food has no nutritional value, which means it's just processed and it's full of sugar and unhealthy things. So now we're going to do an activity together. So I would like you boys and girls to get your books and a pencil, and you are going to draw a little table like mine for you. So you're going to make 2 separate columns. So this is a column here. That's a column. And this is another column. You're going to have to use your rulers to draw it because I'm not very good without a ruler. Let's see if I can make it straighter. While you're doing that, there we go. Let's see if this can be straight. And then you're going to name the top one, or the first one on the left-hand side, you're going to name it healthy foods. And the next one you're going to name unhealthy foods. And you're going to create a heading like that. And then you are going to look in old magazines or newspapers, and you are going to look for different types of foods. All the healthy foods you are going to paste here. So I'm going to draw an apple here for you guys. So that's a healthy food. And any other healthy food you're going to stick or draw on your healthy column. The unhealthy foods you are going to draw here. So I can draw a packet of sweeties over here. So I want you boys and girls to work on that on your own, and you will show your teacher how well you've done it. I want you to find 5 healthy and 5 unhealthy. I've done the first one for you, so you just now have to find 4 more healthy foods and 4 unhealthy foods. And if you can't find an old newspaper or magazine, then just draw it with your pencils. Okay, so we're going to classify. Remember I said our lesson objective was to classify. So now we're classifying. We're making it into groups, healthy and unhealthy foods. There's an example of some pictures I found in the newspaper. I'm just going to erase my drawings here. So I have meat, fish, beans, fruits and vegetables under my healthy foods, and under my unhealthy foods I have ice cream, donuts, burgers, sweeties. What else have I got? Muffins, candy, chocolate. Looks kind of delicious, but only once a week. Boys and girls, let's summarize what we've learned today. Food is important in our lives. We need to eat food. Food is delicious and we enjoy it. We need food because it gives us energy. Our bodies can't work if we don't eat healthy food, or food in general. And our tummies will also growl if we don't eat. Food can be divided into 5 different food groups. So you've got the meat and fish group, you've got the dairy products, you've got fruit and vegetables, and you've got the grains and carbohydrate products. Foods can be healthy or unhealthy. We did that table now where you drew healthy options and healthy food on one side and unhealthy food on the other side. Make sure you eat healthy foods from all the food groups. Okay, that's a very important thing. You must have a little bit of everything on your plate, and if you can't do it on every plate, then at least once a day have a little bit of all the different food groups on your plate. Boys and girls, next week I will see you for our next life skills lesson, and that is going to be on why we need water, air and sunlight to live. I will see you again then. Remember to sanitize and wear your masks and maintain social distancing. Stay safe. Bye-bye.